We got LUKA staying in LA and Fox getting his bag. So over the weekend, we had Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic. He got his bag. He got extended to a max contract of 165 million with a player option of 2028. He could opt out in 2028 and sign a new deal for 30% of the salary cap, which projects him to 5 years and 417 million.
Dude,
Wow, he was eligible to sign an extension last summer. He would have been able to sign it this summer with the Dallas Mavericks, but they obviously traded him. And De'Aaron Fox agrees to his 4 year, $229 million contract extension with the Spurs, keeping him there through the 2029-30 season. He averaged 23 and a half points. So, what do we think about that? I mean, we know
Before
Fox.
we start, I want to. Did you say 5 years, 417 million?
yep,
Yep,
2028.
in 2028. Yep.
I'm sorry, man, but I don't think there's a single person that plays basketball on this earth that's worth 83 million a year. It's just maybe all contracts will get that big, but in 3 years. But overall, I think this deal is pretty good. It gives them the flexibility with him. They're not paying him. I don't think he's the top dollar in the NBA quite yet, and they locked him up. They made it clear that this is the direction that they want to go in, and I commend the Lakers for picking a side kind of in the LeBron Luca thing and sticking with it.
So I think the highest paid player right now is Shea. I could be wrong. Um, but I love this move for the Lakers. I think that, like you said, it's very flexible, and they're able to move around once LeBron leaves. Actually, the highest paid player right now is Steph Curry.
Yeah, because I think he got the highest AV.
Well, yeah, because
I
he
suppose,
has
yeah.
he has like a 2 year deal and it's like 60 mil per year. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, like I was saying, Luca, it's a great deal. It gives him flexibility to get younger when as LeBron departures from the Lakers, and I don't know, just helps them make a little bit more moves. But obviously, he's going to decline that. He already pretty much said that he's going to decline that player option and take the max contract, the super max contract. I don't even know they might have changed that term to like Omega contract, dude. I don't know. That's crazy. 80 mil a year. He'll be the first player to do that. He'd be making like I don't know I don't know the numbers, but like I want to say like a little under a million a game, dude. It'd be crazy for like a year.
It's close. It's
Yeah,
close.
it'd be like some because well after taxes it'd still be like what 700K a game pretty much. But personally, I don't think he's worth all that. I know he's a great offensive scorer. I know he's, a hallmark in our league in the NBA, and he's able to just be one of those guys that can just be a top five player at any moment. But I just don't think he's done a lot. I don't know. It's something I don't know how to describe it. Like he's done enough to get the money, but he hasn't at the same time. I feel like it's a little bit too much. But again, we still have like 2 years left, 3 years left until that moment arrives. But I just want to make that clear. Like we got 3 years left. Anything could happen. That contract could go down. It could go to 300 million, which would still be great. But after taxes in California, it's still kind of iffy. Now, when it comes to the other side of this, when we're talking about De'Aaron Fox, I think that is the craziest overpay I've seen in a very long time. Now, I think De'Aaron Fox is a top 10 point guard when healthy in the league, but I don't think this is top five money, in my opinion. I think this is like number five money. Because Shea, Steph are like top of the top, and then there's what? Who are some other point guards that you guys can think of like that are really good? Like I can't even think of any right now. But
It's
those,
hard to
those
do off the top of your head.
yeah, I'm thinking Devin Booker, but he's more of a two to me.
Jalen Brunson, maybe.
Brunson,
I think
okay.
that's a shout.
Yeah, Brunson's great. He deserves all the money, I think. Um, Booker, I guess if he's a point guard, he just got extended. He's got
I got a question actually.
Cade
Do you guys
Cunningham.
think Do you think Halliburton should be making more money than Fox?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yes,
I
I,
think so.
I I
Because
think so.
I don't think he's a top 10 player in the league, but I think based on what he's been able to do with the Pacers, bringing them to a conference finals, and despite getting swept, hanging with Boston and being in a position to win in 2 of those 4 games, and then making it all the way to Game 7 this year. And he looked really good in those first couple of minutes. I think he deserves. If Fox is going to get this, then Halliburton deserves more.
I do have a theory with this Fox deal. They just got Cooper, and they have Stephon Castle. They still have Wemby to pay eventually, so it's all a little confusing to me. And they're not a big market, so my theory is that they're just gonna play out Fox because he's a star. He can be a superstar eventually, and they're gonna develop these guys, make sure that they're at the right level. Huh?
You said Fox could be a superstar. Can he though?
He could be. He was in Sacramento for a while. He was still putting up numbers. I think that him and Ja are like right there with each other because when they made the playoffs and they played the Warriors, they both played amazing series, but they haven't had the chance to really spark the league like that. And I think De'Aaron Fox could do that. I'm trying to tell you, De'Aaron Fox on both. He's the fastest guard in the league, not even close. He can play the best defense in the league as a guard, in my opinion. Maybe top 3 defense under Shea. His offensive skills are very well. He just needs to work on his 3-point shot a little bit better. But I think he can be a superstar eventually. I don't think he is one. I don't think he is one. I think he could be. But this deal, it just helps the Spurs really develop their players a little bit more. No pressure on the young stars. This puts all the pressure on the bigger stars like De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. You got Castle and Cooper on the team now, and they're gonna develop at a good rate now. Or Harper, sorry, not Cooper.
Good question. What does that mean?
He's great. That's what I'm saying. This is gonna be great development for Dylan Harper. It's not gonna put any pressure on him
At all.
any crazy thing. You know what I mean? This puts all the pressure on De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is going to be able to mentor Harper and Castle because Castle's a 2, but still be able to, get Castle ready to play in the playoffs eventually. And Harper is going to be just right with them. I mean, this is a great. This is my theory, at least. I'm hoping that this is what they're trying to do. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of it, but De'Aaron. I think this is an overpay. I do, but I understand if they're trying to, get all the pressure off the young guys because they have a lot of young guys on the team. Vassell's pretty young still, but I'm pretty sure he got paid pretty well. Wemby's still very young, coming off an injury. I mean, you got a lot of young pieces, and you don't want to put all that pressure on those guys because your team will not be good. This helps them be good for a little while. So hopefully he's able to stick through it the 4 years. He might get traded eventually because it might get a little bit too much once they have to pay Wemby and all the other guys. But we'll see how it works out.
My question is, I was going to go back to paying Wemby. How are they going to do that? Because they got Devin Vassell on a big contract now. Stephon Castle's going to have to get paid at some point. Dylan Harper, assuming those guys pan out, because there's no guarantees. Castle looked really promising as a rookie last year, but there's no guarantee that he's going to take another leap this year with Fox and Harper both in that backcourt. How are they going to be able to pay everyone? You guys think they trade away somebody? Is that how you think they navigate it? Because I feel like they're going to have to make some decisions in that regard at some point.
When Wemby's time comes, they're going to obviously have to get rid of someone because, that you're not paying this kind of contract, and then you're going to have to give Wemby like $300-400. So it's like, that's not going to happen. But I believe they drafted Dylan Harper for the future, for future purposes. So when Dylan Harper is ready, it's going to be about 2 or 3 years before Dylan Harper takes over the keys as the main guard, and that's why they paid Fox right now because, in the meantime, while Harper is developing, they can have a real guard here next to Wemby and actually like contend for playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Is there? I don't know. You guys might have mentioned this already. Is there a player option at the end of this deal, or is it just 4 years guaranteed?
It's going to take up to the 2020. It's just 4 years guaranteed. I think it's 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see a player option.
I could see them maybe trying to get rid of Fox at some point during this contract. Not right away, obviously, but I could see it happening once Harper starts to take those extra steps forward. Because it almost feels like redundant to have 3 elite guards on the same team. In that, because one of them's not going to get the minutes. That's the thing. They're not all going to get the minutes. There's too many mouths to feed on that team if the young guys keep panning out.
Real quick, don't you guys think it's kind of crazy that Joel Embiid is the second highest paid player right now in the league?
They're saying that he's going to be in jeopardy of coming back into this season because he's hurt still.
He hasn't even come back to the court yet. But
yeah, so it's like, and the training camp starts in about 2 weeks, I think.
yeah,
So it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
he's got to get it figured out. That's all there is to that. He's got to get that figured out.
But I don't really feel sorry for him because he came into the league
just retired, bro.
injury prone, came into the league hurt, can't walk, can't do nothing for about a year and a half. It felt like he gets up, comes on the scene, plays like he was going to, and he became the player that we all thought he was. But he still always had like nagging injuries.
And they've only gotten worse.
And they've gotten worse.
Nothing but worse.
I think if he retires early, he's going to be one of the bigger what ifs in NBA history.
And he got his MVP. So, I mean,
he has his MVP, but think about if he was just able to stay healthy, how much more he could have accomplished. He hasn't even made a conference finals. I mean, that's obviously like a big meme. But in all seriousness, he's been hurt so much. Philly hasn't had a ton of time with him on the floor to really establish. Like when him and Harden were there, he played. But now that it's him and Maxey, it's just Maxey pretty much because Embiid's never out there. And I don't think this Sixers roster, if they're all healthy, is bad at all. I think that they could contend in the East with that pick they made in Edgecombe. There's a chance with how wide open the East would have been that if he's healthy most of the season, they could make a potential deep run.
That's facts. They do that. You can tell they do it because they value money very much. And Joel Embiid brings all the money. Now that Maxey's there, though, it helps a little bit, but it still doesn't bring them. Maxey's not a superstar level. I think he's very close to it.
Yep.
But
I think him and Fox are about on the same level. I'd say Maxey's better on offense. Fox is better on defense.
Right,
what we've seen in summer league, Edgecombe is going to be something special. I think
Jared McCain might be better, dude. Still.
I made fun of him, a little bit before he was drafted. I made little kinds of jokes about we'd be stuck with Edgecombe or whatever, but. In all honesty, the kid is going to be something special. He's going to be something. He's not going to be a bust. He's not going to be, he's not great, or he's not going to be a role player. He's going to be in the league. He's going to be a problem in the league. And it depends on what his role will be, because he's going to have like 2 or 3 options before him, pending McCain come back from injury healthy. Because Paul George is not going to be there long, so.
Oh, he'll be there. He just won't be playing at all because he'll also be injured.
Most overrated player in history, Paul George. But this right here caught my attention. This is kind of crazy. You cannot get rid of this.
Yeah, that's you can't get rid of that.
You cannot get rid of these two. I mean, Stephon Castle is great.
Wemby's he's still coming on the scene still.
Jeremy Sohan and Devin Vassell, those guys are crucial to your future. Like I don't know, I can't stress it enough. Especially Devin Vassell. Yeah, especially Devin Vassell. You cannot get rid of Vassell. I'd rather get rid of Castle than Vassell. And I know that's crazy to say, but Devin Vassell has such good upside right now. He looks so good when he plays. And Jeremy Sohan, he's like kind of a Draymond kind of guy. He can't really shoot the ball that well. He can shoot, but like he's kind of a slower shot. But
he's the one-hand shooter, right?
Yeah.
Or like basically one-handed.
Yeah, his IQ is crazy too. So those guys, I don't think you should get rid of. Castle is like I wouldn't get rid of him, but like that's the guy I would get rid of if I had to, if I wanted some picks, if I wanted to go the Thunder route and get all these upcoming picks in future drafts. I think that's the way to go. But because they got Fox and they got Harper now and Carter Bryant. So I mean, you don't really need Castle at that point, but I would like to keep him obviously because he just won Rookie of the Year. But I think Spurs fans would call me crazy for saying that, but I genuinely believe that Devin Vassell has this crazy upside. His shot is absolutely insane. So, I'm looking forward to seeing him go a little bit crazier this year. that'll be another conversation we'll have eventually about upside and who we think is going to break through this year in the NBA, which would be a fun conversation for sure.
I think the only way that you even consider trading those guys is for like a legit superstar, like a Giannis level talent, which Giannis has made it, despite what Shan says. I really don't think at this point in the offseason that
No,
he's
he's
going
not
to
going
get
nowhere.
traded. I don't see a reason for them to move him, especially this late into the offseason. If they were going to do that, they would have did that a month ago when the NBA draft happened, or even during free agency. The Bucks have shown still that they clearly want to win, but the only way that those two, in my eyes, would even consider getting traded is if they're taking a giant bite of the apple. If they're going all in with this team, they feel that they have enough talent on this roster to contend in the West and win a championship. And I don't think they're quite there yet. They've taken a lot of steps in the right direction over the last year or two, but I don't see them making that move unless it's for a top 7 player.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave that there, and still a whole lot of NBA left, but we got a lot of time before the NBA season starts. Got about 2 months, I would say. So
Yep. October.